So there's currently an AI race for the #1 spot. Google wants it, Meta wants it, but at the moment ChatGPT is winning because as we can see from this image over here, more people are currently using ChatGPT every single day. After that, it's followed by the AI mode in Google search, then Gemini, Meta AI, DeepSeek, Claude, Grok, and the list goes on and on. And in today's video, what I want to do is go through some of the top reasons why ChatGPT is #1 when it comes to the daily AI tools out there. I personally use it every single day for various different reasons, personal reasons, to help me with my internet businesses. So I'm going to go through around 6, maybe 7 different main reasons why people use it, so that if you're using it, you might be able to discover some other ways you can use it, or if you're not using it, you can just get a general idea as to why people even use it in the first place. Because if I go over to this website over here, as we can see, worldwide, over 700 million people are using it every single week at the time of me making this video. So let's jump straight into one of the first reasons why I use it, why millions of people are using it right now. And I would say it's mainly due to the simplicity of it and the fact that it could be used on desktop as well as mobile phone. So as I already said, I use ChatGPT every single day, and sometimes I use it on my iPhone, sometimes I use it on my MacBook. But the good thing about it is that everything is synced up. You know, if I'm having a chat on my laptop and I want to switch over to my iPhone, it's going to be on there. Everything is going to be exactly the same, and I'm going to be able to continue as normal. And just generally when it comes to inputting prompts and getting responses back, everything is done in a straightforward way. I would say that one issue with other AI tools out there, let's use Google as an example. They've got multiple different AI tools and it can get a little bit confusing. They've got Google Gemini, they've got Nano Banana, they've got Notebook LM. You know, all of them do similar things. Some of them do slightly different things. However, with ChatGPT, everything is in the exact same place. If you're having a chat and you want it to do a specific thing, you don't have to go elsewhere. You don't need to download a different software. You're going to be able to do everything all in one place. And this now brings me on to one of the second reasons why ChatGPT is currently winning the AI race. And it's all due to the memory. Now, with ChatGPT, you're going to be able to go onto it, open up a new chat, and even if you had a conversation with it, I would say 3 months ago, 4 months ago, because they've updated the memory, it's going to be able to recall what you told it. Now, let me show you how you can set this up. If I just go over to my settings, once over here, just click on personalization. And before I get into the memory side of things, as you can see, you can make any changes to it. If you want it to be a little bit more custom, you can do that. If you want it to be more chatty, witty, straight shooting, encouraging, you know, made for Gen Zs, you know, if you want to select your own, you can do that. If you want it to call you something specific, you can do that as well. So you've got all of these different options when it comes to tailor making it to your own satisfaction, but you can also turn on memory as well. And this is really helpful because most of you right now are probably scrolling through all of your old chats, you know, trying to find a specific chat. But the way that ChatGPT 5 works nowadays, you could just open up a brand new chat, enter a prompt, ask it to give you information on something you spoke with it about, you know, many months ago, and it's going to be able to do it. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to enter this prompt, and what this says is I used ChatGPT to help build a pet store on Shopify a few months ago. Can you give me the details of the store? So a few months ago, as I just said, you know, I used it to help me build a brand new dropshipping store. I actually documented this in a completely free course. I'm going to leave it linked down below. In that course, what I did is use ChatGPT to help me create a business plan, a step-by-step business plan that allowed me to build an entire online store loaded with proven winning products. It's actually quite interesting that it's able to do that. You know, it helped me pick out the domain name. It helped me pick out the best product to sell, the structure of the store, the logo of the store, you know, how to get traffic to the store. Everything was done using ChatGPT. And because me and ChatGPT had a back and forth when it came to building out the store, I'm now going to be able to enter this prompt, and I'm sure that it's going to come back with all the details of the store in terms of the name and everything like that. So let's see what it's able to come back with. Okay, there we go. So it's letting me know the store name. This is it right here. It's letting me know that it was done using Shopify dropshipping. It's also letting me know the niche and the main product that it told me to focus on. I'm even surprised that it's able to remember all of this. The fact that it remembers that I used AutoDS as well when it came to listing the winning product is quite interesting, because in that free course, what I did is showed you guys how to pick out the best product with ChatGPT. I then went over to AutoDS because that was one of the main softwares that ChatGPT said was good, and it's the one that I use myself. And then from there, I listed the product from AutoDS onto the store that I was able to build with the help of ChatGPT, so that everything was synced up, it remembers it, and now I'm going to be able to use it if I want to find any additional winning products for me to add to my store. And this actually now brings me on to one of the next reasons why ChatGPT is number one right now in the world of AI. And it's due to their new feature, or it's a recent feature in the last few months, called product recommendations. I'm sure that you probably go onto ChatGPT all the time and ask it for advice on a specific product that you're thinking about buying, maybe places where you can buy it from, and you've probably purchased many different items, because I know that I've done so directly from the recommendations that I've gotten from this AI tool. And I'm just going to quickly show you how it works for those of you that's not really aware of what it is. I'm just going to enter this prompt. It's a random prompt. It says, I want to buy a cat water fountain. Can you recommend an online store? And the reason why I've decided to go with this product for this example is because if I go over to this site that I was able to build with the help of ChatGPT and click on catalog, as we can see over here, one of the products that's been loaded onto this site is this cat water fountain. So I'm just picking this one again as a random example, and I'm going to click on enter. And straight away, within maybe half a second, maybe 1 second, it's come back with these different stores that are selling all of these different cat water fountains. Now, what's really interesting about this is that there's different type of stores that it's recommending, well-known stores that you probably have heard of, big brands, but it's also come back with much smaller brands, stores that could be set up by everyday normal people. And the reason why I'm showing you this product recommendation feature is for two different reasons. Of course, the first reason is so that you know that you can find whatever product that you're thinking about purchasing, because it's going to be able to look at your IP address and find you the best store based on your own particular situation. But the second reason is that you can use it as a way for you to find winning products or potential winning products. Because if we take this cat water fountain right here, I don't know anything about this store. I've never come across it before. I don't know if it's a big, well-known brand or not. But the interesting thing about this site is that they're selling this cat water fountain. But if I just right click and do a reverse image search and type in AliExpress, as we can see, the product is available on AliExpress for around $14. I'm not saying that they're drop shipping it directly from AliExpress, but on ChatGPT, we can see that the product is being sold for around $27. So the point that I'm trying to make with this is that the product recommendation is perfect for people that are trying to find out what's being recommended by ChatGPT, because if I wanted to now start selling this product, I'm going to be able to do so by getting the URL, going back over to AutoDS, and I'm going to be able to instantly list it onto my store in a few clicks. But moving on to one of the next things that's probably less spoken about on the internet when it comes to reasons why people are using ChatGPT and why it's currently number one, which is the GPT store. Now, this is a store that you don't have to pay for anything. Of course, you need to have the, Plus account when it comes to being able to access it, but there's all of these different GPTs that are available that do specific things, for writing, helping you with productivity, research and analysis, education, lifestyle, the list goes on. But the good thing about this is that you can build your own GPT that can either be private or it can be public. You can give access to people using a specific link, and that GPT is going to be focused on doing whatever you program it to do. And don't worry, this is not complicated. If you've never come across this before, I'm going to quickly walk you through it. I'm just going to click on create just like this. And once you're here, you're going to give it the information that you want it to know. And in this case, I want it to build me a GPT that's going to act as a marketing assistant for the pet store that I was able to build using the AI store builder. So I'm just going to enter the information about the store that I got from ChatGPT. So I'm going to enter it in there just like that. And as you can see, it's now come back with a name for this GPT, which is strategist. I'm going to say, yes, that's fine. And what it's done now is generated the profile image For the GPT, I'm going to leave it as it is because, this is just an example, but I'm going to say this is perfect. It's now come back with what should I focus on in terms of the bigger picture. I'm going to say that I want you to help with marketing, e.g. articles, email marketing, and content marketing. I'm just going to send that over. And one of the final questions is that it's asking me, what do I want it to sound like? A friendly marketing coach or professional consultant? I'm just going to say professional consultant in this case. And the GPT should be ready for me to use right now. Okay, perfect. Just like that, I've got the GPT ready. And if I wanted it to give me, some sort of advice when it comes to growing the dropshipping store that I built, I'm going to be able to go into it and say, give me 10 blog article ideas that will be perfect for my store. And because it knows my site, it knows everything about it based on the information that I gave it. I know that I can somewhat trust these different articles because they're going to be centered around the products that I'm selling. It's going to be centered around my brand. And there's a high chance that these articles are going to resonate with my customers. And of course, this is just a basic example of how you can use it. If I wanted it to write the entire article, if I wanted it to write full email scripts, if I wanted it to give me information on short form content, tips and tricks for my store, I'm going to be able to do that. And because this GPT is centered around my brand, it's never going to, go in a different direction. It's never going to give me advice based on a different store. So this is definitely a powerful way of being able to use ChatGPT for whatever online business you're currently running. But this now brings me on to another main reason why ChatGPT is being used every single day. And I would say that it comes down to all of the different integrations. Now, one good thing about AI tools like ChatGPT is that they sync with various different softwares and just makes things a lot more efficient. Like for example, right here, as we can see on their website, these are some of the main connectors that you can use with ChatGPT. Things like Canva, Gmail, Google Calendar, Outlook, Notion, all of these different ones. And these are definitely useful, but there's some other ways that you can connect ChatGPT to other softwares that not that many people know about. E.g., when it comes to connecting it to your online business, you can do so in a way where ChatGPT is going to be automated and it's going to be performing tasks in the background. Again, this is something that not that many people on the internet are talking about, but it's something that I've been using. It's something that all of my different students have been using as well. And I found it to be really, really powerful because, for example, you can connect ChatGPT to a software called make.com. And it's going to be within this software, you can now connect ChatGPT using make.com to platforms like Shopify. And the reason why this is really interesting is because you don't have to log into ChatGPT every single day to tell it to do something. Once you've built out the automation with the help of make.com, it's going to automatically make sure that things are done depending on what task you told it to do. So in this case, I've told it to write and publish blog articles without me having to lift a finger. The times that we're living in right now are definitely amazing because I've had various different websites and various different niches, and I've had multiple different writers writing blog articles for me, and I've had to pay thousands of dollars every single month for them to do so. But the issue is that they didn't really do a good job. But now that I've got ChatGPT as well as all of these different AI tools, I can program it to write the article that I want it to write in the way that I want it to do so, promoting the product that I want it to promote. And even though, yes, you could do this with other AI tools like Google Gemini, you can do it with, many other ones. The reason why ChatGPT comes out on top is because it's also able to generate images using DALL-E 3, and this can also be automated as well. However, with other AI tools, I've not really seen that it can do this. It's not able to generate images automatically. Make sure that it goes onto your website as well as the actual article in an automated way. But yeah, for the most part, I would say that those are some of the common reasons why people use ChatGPT, millions of people around the world, and why it's currently in the #1 spot. As I said, I use it for personal reasons as well as business reasons. And I wanted to make this video just to kind of give you information on ways that you can use it. Maybe if you're not doing so, maybe you haven't even logged into ChatGPT ever, but This video is going to give you information on how it works. Of course, they haven't sponsored this video in any way, shape or form. If they want to, they definitely can. Contact details down below. But I make these videos just to kind of give you the information that I wish I had before I started using all of these different AI technologies. If you also wanted to check out my completely free course where I break down step by step how you can use ChatGPT in the best possible way when it comes to setting up an online business, as long as you've got an internet connection and a laptop, you're going to be able to check that out again for completely free by clicking the top link in the description down below. Don't forget to check out all of the resources in the description down below, e.g. the AI store builder, the free trial to AutoDS. All the information is going to be there. And if you also wanted to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago where I break down some other things that you need to know about recent updates in the world of AI, you're going to be able to check that out by clicking the link over there. Watch that straight after this. That video has enlightened so many people, and I'm sure if you're able to watch it from start to finish, it's also going to enlighten you as well. But other than that, guys, I'm going to catch you on that next video. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.